The title of this presentation, Help, I Need to Write a Report On, is a common dilemma posed to reference librarians. So for this project, I chose to focus on literature and literary criticism resources which would help to answer some of those questions for students needing to write a paper. The three sources that I will be covering are Gale's Artemis Literary Sources and EBSCO's Literary Reference Center, and then the free and also paid subscription site of shmoop.com. Now, the Gale and EBSCO databases are collections of databases, so they are not just searching one database, but they will be searching a number of databases on that specific topic of literature and literary criticism. Shmoop.com is a free site, and it's also got a premium access portion to it, and it's very popular with high school students. The first database I'm going to look at is the EBSCO version, the Literary Reference Center. Now, EBSCO is not available through the UA database service because, well, they just don't carry it, but so I have access through my local library, and I chose to include this in my analysis because typically students have access to this database or the Gale product because they are major suppliers to K through 12 institutions. So it is more than likely that anyone having that question would have access to a database like this. So the first one we're going to look at is I want to look up a book that my son read this summer for his summer reading, and he had to do a report on it. So Their Eyes Were Watching God. Let's do a quick search, and we have 113 results. Now, I like the layout of this database. I like the way it looks. You have your article. You can tell what type of source it is, a book or an academic journal. Here we have links to the PDF or the HTML, and you can sort based on the relevance. You have a lot of page options and how you want it to look, and different ways you can share or set up email alerts or a feed to get any of the new articles that come in on your topic of this book. On the left hand side is how they refine your results, and you can limit the publication date, you can the source types. Now, of course, we wanted literary criticisms, so let's go ahead and limit that. And pardon the scrolling. You can also limit by subject, your publication name, and so forth. So let's go back up here, and I want to look at one of my favorite features of this database, which is this little symbol here, and that pops out a more in-depth look. And what I like is that you're able to read the entire abstract. And that is helpful in a reference situation because you can determine whether or not you want to use this source. So that is a feature that I really, really like about this EBSCO product. So let's quickly go over now to the Gale product. So this is the home page, and you see I get started to type in, and that again has the type assist, which is always nice. And for this book, we get 66 literary criticisms. Now, what the Gale product does to make it unique is they have this type of analyzer, a topic finder and a term frequency. Now, the topic finder is the new visual that takes the results and looks at the first couple of first 100 words or something and picks out topics and puts it into like a pie-shaped color wheel, and it's supposed to visually represent the different topics. I find it to be a little bit more gimmicky than helpful, so I tend to not use that. You can limit your results by searching within the articles that you have found. You can limit by the subjects, the person that the article is about, the name of the work, the author that the item is by, or the publication that it's in. And again, we want the document type of critical essays. Let that refresh. And we have 45. So let's take a look at these 45 here in the Gale database. And to me, this is a little bit of a flatter database, it's not as appealing to me. You can't see whether there's a PDF available. You can't pop out the abstract. Some stuff is cut off. And so let's go ahead and we'll look at one of the articles and see what we get. So here is the article in full. It does have the features where the journal is highlighted in case you want to look in more of the same journal. The author is highlighted or hyperlinked so you can search for more articles done by a particular person. They do have the related subjects over here. You can click on any of these and go to those different subjects in the database or to search within that publication. Here your tools are straight across the top. You can highlight and do notes just like the other one. You can translate or listen or download and add this article to a folder if you have made an account with them. But again, it just is a little bit, I want to say flatter. It's just not as appealing to use as the EBSCO database. So now let's take a few minutes. Let's look at the Shmoop site. So this is the free site, and you can also get premium access to other materials, more like test reviews and whatnot. What I am interested in this site is the literature portion. And sorry, there's a lot of scrolling in this site. So if you scroll down, you can tell the flavor or the attitude of this site is very teen, it's very hip, or so they think, and they cover numerous books and pieces of work that are typical of high school curriculum. So we'll keep scrolling down until we get to, I think I passed it. There. Eyes Are Watching God. And let's see what they have to offer. So for their Eyes Are Watching God, they will typically have a funny little video that kind of goes over it in a nutshell. You'll have summaries and themes, quotes, characters, analysis, questions and quizzes, even flashcards that can help you study, because the authors of this site really just wanted to make literature accessible to all people and to make it easier to understand. This site is put out by a management team here. You can read all about them. They are very well educated. They've gone to Stanford. He went to Oxford. His wife went to Princeton and was part of Yahoo. And they hire PhD students and master's students to do the work on this site. So all of the articles and whatnot, the content is all owned by Shmoop. Like I said, they make it fun. They put out these videos and they put in all of the information that kids would need to get a really good grasp on the materials. So this site I think is really great if your kids just don't understand some of the harder pieces of literature that they are required to read. Here they can get discussions on the symbolism, imagery, and allegory, settings, narrator, point of view, genre, tone, writing source, writing style. So I think it's a really good site just for a great overview and deeper understanding of the work that they need to understand. So, but you know, overall, the database that I prefer is the EBSCO version. I just feel like it has a better layout. It feels it's just easier and more appealing. I love this little breakout that gives you the entire abstract, which is really helpful. There is nothing wrong with the Gale site. It does search many of the databases and gives you a lot of information, but I just happen to prefer the EBSCO product. So thank you for watching the video, and I hope you will check out these sources on your own.